Hello, Chevrutot. Glad to see you're still with us, marching on to chapter 5. I hope your Pesach is going well. We have a whole new chapter, and the focus of this chapter is on the Zimun, which is the special invitation that comes at the beginning of Birkat Hamazon. What I want you to keep in mind is a concept called Yotze. The rabbis understood that we are all obligated to mitzvot, and Yotze means you discharge your obligation. The obligation rests on you and you let it go, you set it out. And there are some obligations where you can discharge someone else's responsibility or obligation. So, for instance, we are all obligated to say Hamotzi, but I could say Hamotzi and you could answer Amen and that would be fine. Or you could say Hamotzi and I could answer Amen and that would be fine. But remember, Birkat Hamazon is a Torah-level commandment that goes all the way back to the beginning. So one of the questions this chapter is trying to struggle with is who is obligated on what level, and therefore who can invite who, and who can answer Amen to whose bracha, and who can lead for whom, so that everyone's on the same level of obligation. That's one thing you need to know. Another important thing is, so this is really a suggestion, for those of you who are familiar with Birkat Hamazon, I might recommend looking at the Hebrew and not just the English, because the words like Rabotai Nevarech will look familiar to you in Hebrew, whereas they will look strange in English. So you might want to go back and forth. Finally, the question that I want to leave you with, that I think undergirds the entire chapter, is a question about one of the premises about the entire chapter. The chapter assumes that it is better to pray in a zimun, in a community of 3 or 10, and if you have it, you can't split up and you can't do all these things, than it is to pray alone. My question is why do you think it thinks that? Why is that true? It never gives an explanation. It never tells you why. It just tells you that's the responsibility. If you have a group, you have to stay in the group and you have to pray together rather than individually. So the question I want to leave you with is, why is that the case? Why is this better? Especially with food. Certainly we've all eaten meals by ourselves and could be grateful all by ourselves without being grateful in a community. I wish you happy studying. I hope it's going to go well for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me or post them below this video. Thanks very much. Have a Chag Kasher V'Sameach.